Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Berets, and today we are going to be taking a look at the global news as well as a little bit of JP news. Most of the Japanese size news will not be out till a little bit later. The next update is on the 15th, so a few more days until we find out what JP is getting next, but it should be character related. I'm not really expecting a side story at this point in the month. I'm probably expecting very bare minimum for, what's going to be added. Maybe a couple new characters. But I don't think we're going to see a side story or anything like that. But who knows? All right. So, moving on, we'll come back to the JP side a little bit later. But on the global side, we got 2 new vision cards coming on a banner right now. And honestly, I think that one of these cards is definitely worth getting for the future. So especially with the foreknowledge of what JP has. So taking a look at Sanctum Assassin's MR card, as you can see here, we got some nice artwork on this card. Honestly, I don't think that this card is really that great. I mean, it's a lower cost card. Party ability is unit attack resistance up. And in terms of bestowed effect, evasion up. I really still think that evasion is a meme with the amount of sure hit abilities. So I don't think that this card is really worth talking about. But it is nice artwork, so if you get it, then you have a nice card with artwork. Alright, but talking about the better card here, obviously Leviathan is the thing that I think people should have their eyes on here. First of all, the vision card's ability, pierce resistance up. Limited bestowed effect, sword equipable main jobs, attack up, and also gives them crash edge. Taking a look at crash edge, it is an ability, deal large damage to a target, raise damage according to the amount of own HP lost. So it's kind of like a Dark Knight ability in a little bit, in the sense that like once you start losing HP, you become more dangerous. I guess more berserker maybe would be the correct term. Or correct job to kind of equate to that. It's on the tip of my tongue. The ability is element becomes that of the equipped unit's element. So that's kind of interesting too, in the sense that it is a vision card ability that also hones in on the element of the user, potentially giving you another ability that you could chain in and do more damage with. So kind of a nice ability there. And yeah, I do have the Leviathan card, and I think it's pretty nice. So taking a look at the evocation magic details of our Esper, first of all, Tsunami is the big attack, evokes Leviathan, deals large damage in a pretty nice AoE, and not only that, but chance of inflicting slow for 3 turns, and gives them map effects. Taking a look at the map effects, a 67% chance of inflicting a max of 50% speed reduced for 3 turns, but also decreases water resistance 50%, increases attack by 20% for and magic 20% for other elements, but 100% big increase for water units, and for both attack and magic. So Leviathan is a really nice Esper. Taking a look at his skill tree, what's also nice about Leviathan is that he only really focuses on increasing water attack. He does not have a specific affiliation to attack or magic, but if we are to take a quick look here, because I do have my level 80 Leviathan here, you can see that he is geared more towards a physical user rather than a magical user. I've been using him with Glassy for a while, but both the vision card and the summon have a really strong connection to Titus. Titus, being a water sword user, is probably the one that I really want to stick Leviathan on, because in the future, Titus is just a unit that you are guaranteed to get, and he is a really, really useful unit. What with his ability of being able to cast haste on multiple party members at once, including himself, and just really good chaining abilities and everything. This is potentially just a good Esper to get for 10k. Start building the Esper now. Potentially start building the card now, and then when Titus comes out, just reap the benefits of it. Again, gets Crash Edge from this, Not only that, but there's a global upgrade to this card as well, where water or light units with a sword equipable main job get max HP up and slash attack up. That goes a long way if you look into the future of what we have for units coming. So, obviously, Thancred, you're welcome. I said the word. But taking a look at units like Ramza, or there are quite a few units that use swords, so there's a potentially good possibility of getting this vision card. And into the future too, there are also going to be other characters that are light elemental, I'm sure, because heroes and swords are two things that go really well together. So who knows, maybe Squall ends up being light, because whoever knows what the heck is going on in the planners' heads. It's really more just about whatever element really needs a boost at the time. But taking a look at the water side of it, the Esper, you can potentially put it in on different units and still get a pretty nice little boost. And Eldira would get a nice boost. Not a great boost, but her water attacks would get powered up. But really, I think Glassy is one I've been using. If you have Christmas Ramada or Titus, well, there's some good stuff. Or dare I even say Zazin out there. Get that out of the way. All right, weekly campaigns, your login, whatnot. But the take on the Forgiven Dissonance, the Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers raid, which was missing from Global back on the time. Partially because I just assumed that they just never bothered to fix it, and that's kind of par for the course right now. With this company, I feel like. Shade intended, for sure. But taking a look at it, what you're going to be getting is the Bale Helmet, which is actually a piece of equipment that I have formed. It is a UR piece of equipment, so, get ready to farm. There's my +2. And there's my +4. Unfortunately, the +4 ended up not getting the best typing. Well, it's Vitality. I'm sure it will have a use eventually, but a nice piece of equipment for sure. So if you are looking to, mass go on this one, then, well, good news. I do think that the piece of equipment does have some potentially really good builds of multiple types, but do I recommend building a ton of them? No, I don't think so. Obviously, at 5-star, disable resistance of 25% for self is very nice, and the pierce resistance as well of 10% for the +5 level 5 is also really good, and just potentially protecting against spear units. But is it worth farming like 3 of these? Probably not, but Global has better drop rates with the raids, so might just be better. What is to be noted about the FF14 raid is that taking a look at the from vague recollection and whatnot, but there is no rare boss. This is a pretty old style raid, so you are not going to be getting any kind of rare bonus or anything like that. And I don't remember it being particularly bad, but you might find this raid just a little bit outdated because it is from essentially from the beginning of the game, and they really didn't update it that much, which is too bad. Just to speak for a second, I mean, there's a lot of cool enemies in Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. If you haven't played Shadowbringers, I think you should play Shadowbringers. But there's a lot of cool enemies, and I think there would be a lot of good possibilities for, new stuff to come from 14. But I just don't think that 14 is really that friendly with these gotcha games a lot of the time, it feels like. But anyway, yeah, I think there's some good stuff here for sure. It's a light element boss, but slash attacks of light and dark will work against this thing. There's a ton of units you can use. You can use your Blink Sterns. It should be a pretty damn easy for sure, because I don't even think it is really been updated in any other way too. So yeah, other than that, just to give a kind of a little bit of a brief peek into the future really quickly. Pretty late here, and I want to go to sleep. The JP side will be getting updated to version 3.20. So it is a round number, so I'm expecting some bugs, because that's always how these update versions work, it feels like. But anyway, raid will be getting upgraded so that you can now choose when to stop in terms of auto getting how many raids you want, which is a weird upgrade to me, because this is not the type of thing that I think needs to be improved with raids. I have never thought to myself, wow, I really need to control the number of raids. It's pretty easy to keep an eye on it and realize when you hit the 10 and just stop, but I guess it's a quality of life. Maybe I'm just being complainy, but this is not, to me, what really needs to be improved for raids. In terms of party, you'll now be able to turn off vision card abilities. I feel like this should have been added sooner, but there you go. Some UI related stuff, some correction, and yeah, that's about kind of it. Given the fact that there was the New Year's, and that's a lot of time for people to kind of be out of the office here in Japan, so I feel like that's totally fine that this is a smaller update. Hopefully there'll be some bigger updates with some more quality of life to improve the quality of the game. But yeah, that's about it. So let me know. You going for Leviathan? Are you excited for the giant shrimp? Either way, this is another week, and if you're not going for it, well, time to save for Final Fantasy X or whatever is coming in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.